Hey Brickheads, Scott with 36 Bricks here, taking a final look at my finished coral reef mock. Super excited. As you guys know, this section right here is 8 total base plates. It is 2 base plates back, 4 base plates wide. Super excited. And here we have the submarine base. So super excited about how this build looks. I really like all the dynamics. Now it does go in this area right here. I will show that later in the video, but to give you an idea of how this looks, these spin here. Super excited about the dynamic and how it all looks. It just, I don't know, I love it, I love it. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the workings of the submarine base. So you've got some air tanks here, a lot of great details for the underwater use. Here you have the bay for the minifigures to float in. You also have another bay here, which is pretty exciting. This is a floating winch to move things around in the water easily. Since most things are easier to move in water, it takes little to no effort. You've got the control panels. Let me move this around here. The control panels back here for that and all that kind of fun stuff. So super excited on that. We got some piping along the sides, some grills, some details down here just to give it a little kind of pep in the step. I transitioned from yellow to orange here just to give it a different dynamic and look, and I brought it all the way around. The cool part about it is I didn't have to buy a single thing. I had all of the parts that are shown here in my in my parts and over on my part wall, so pretty excited. I obviously had to buy the sets for the pieces, but those I had been storing up for a while now. Alright guys, so taking a look at the inside of the first floor, or the bottom floor I should say. So here is the scuba intake area. Basically when you come in, you'll take off your gear. Yes, logically there should be an airlock in between the 2 sections. I just didn't have the parts to it, so I just left it as is. But you would come in, basically get settled, wait for the water to drain out, and then you would take off your gear. Then you would go in. I went ahead and switched things around. Originally, all of the science gear, which is in the second floor, was on the first floor, but I went ahead and switched it out. And it just seemed more logical for this to be on the lower side, because the submarine docks right here and right here were on the top, so it just seemed logical to have the submarine docks next to the scientific area or the science lab. But going in here, we have some nice beds. This is an underwater area, so I just went with bunk beds, nothing too fancy or crazy. Then coming over here, we have, of course, the steps. We do have a nice bed underneath the steps, as well as a little kitchenette area. Simple, sweet, nothing too big. Of course, there's no minifigures in here because they're either in the subs that are out and about studying the coral reef, or they are in the top section of the lab. So that's why there's no real minifigures in here. So that is the first floor. So let's go ahead and move on to the second floor. Alright guys, so there are a couple different ways to get to the second floor for the minifigures. You have the stairs here, leading up to the lab and the workstations and all of that, as well as you have the submarine bays here, and then you have the minifigure entryway here. So just kind of going over the details here. This is kind of the science lab where they are studying the technology. They are studying the coral and the gems and all that kind of fun stuff, just to kind of see what's out there. So they're studying some fish and some treasure Over here you got the coral and some rocks. You got their materials on the workbenches. You've got a minifigure working on a scuba tank. You have someone over here looking and giving details to the subs. And then you got a dude over here drinking coffee or making coffee. So not really a whole lot of details inside these. You know, pulling them apart is a little difficult, but you can see there's not really any details on the interiors there. Little bunk bed there, little bunk bed in there, but that's it. And then that is the intake. So that is it for that floor. This easily pops on so that they have a window to the above, and that'll do it, guys. Alright guys, so went ahead and placed the sub base here. It is a little wonky. I still have to kind of figure out a way to attach it so that it's cornered. It does have a pivot brick or turntable on the bottom of it, but it's just not latching properly. But wanted to give you basically a larger scope of what it looks like. Super excited about how it's turned out. It definitely gives me something to work off of, and I basically have been acting as if this has been a trial run for when I put my underwater area under one of my benches. As you can see, this bench is a mess. I'm probably not going to put the coral reef under this particular one. The reason why is because at some point I'm going to have some new benches here, so I might end up having another bench here and put it under that side. But anyway, back to this section here. Really excited about how this has turned out. Like, I can't really stress that enough. I think the base looks great. I think the overall look and feel of the coral reef is awesome. Yes, there's a lot to it. It's real busy, but that's kind of the appeal to it. I did actually show this off at a local event called Maker Faire. Didn't do a video on that because there wasn't a whole lot to showcase. I had never been there. My focus was just kind of enjoying the lug event. But everybody loved it. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content and want more. Please consider joining one of my memberships. Every little bit counts and goes right back into the channel so that I have the opportunity to build cool stuff like this. If you guys have any tips or tricks or things that you guys want to show me, let me know in the comments. Don't share links or anything, but just kind of let me know your ideas in the comments below. That way, possibly, you can get a shout out on a video or future video, as well as I use that idea in my big scale. So, again, hope you guys like these kinds of videos. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on 36 Bricks. Ooh, this one's cool. Check this one out. I agree, that one's cool, but this one's awesome. Ooh, I like this one. I just can't stop watching. Well, I like them all, and I'm gonna subscribe. Can you do the same? Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on 36 Bricks.